Hello everyone and thanks for joining us. This is Amhara Media Corporation, Amhara TV News. I'm Gaila Damu. Stay tuned. Gambira Regional State Space and Security Bureau disclosed that it has intercepted illegal weapons dispatched to the terrorist Chani group. Ababa Brahani reports.
The head of the bureau, Bunweu, told Ethiopian news agency that the weapons were caught in Gambela town, Kabale Derotu, when they are transported by 3 Bajajes to be delivered for Oneg Sheni terrorist group. As to the explanation of the head, 1 launcher, 1 Kalashnikov, 76 Dishka and 705 Kalashnikov bullets, together with 2 suspected criminals, have been arrested. The head of the bureau added the suspected criminals have given their word that the weapons were thought to be delivered for the terrorist group Oneg Sheni.
Talantana be Piral Police, Marajana be Kilil, Marajau, Yemidergu Kidetil Saran, Yebidin Mataria.
Working with the federal police forces of the region have arrested 1 launcher, 1 Kalashnikov, 76 Dishka and 705 bullets of Kalashnikov yesterday. The head explained that, working in collaboration with federal police and police forces of the region, 1 launcher, 60 Kalashnikov and 781 bullets have been arrested within the quarter of the past fiscal year, adding that security forces have been working with the community to stop illegal trafficking of weapons. Security forces of the region, federal police and special forces of the region have been working together to stop such kind of crime. Due to this, about 61 weapons have been caught by the police forces when the weapons were being transported to the terrorist group Oneg Sheni. Of these weapons, 1 is a launcher and the other 60 are Kalashnikovs.
Bezaus, Silsa, Kalashnikov, and Talantana Yetayazo Bedin Masare, way launcher.
Deputy Commander Anfre Ahmed on his part said that they have been working in collaboration with regional security bodies so as to stop illegal trafficking of weapons in the region. We have been working hard to stop this kind of crime. Working with the regional governments and security bodies, we have been inspecting and controlling the entry and exit of the region to stop such crime. The criminals have been arrested by the participation of the community. The deputy commander affirmed that different illegal weapons together with 2 suspected criminals have been caught. Yesterday, 1 RPG, 1 Kalashnikov, 705 bullets of Kalashnikov, 76 Dishka bullets have been arrested when they were transported to Oneg Sheni. The criminals are supposed to have relation with Oneg Sheni and Gambela Liberation Front. They also have criminal record in committing different crimes before this time. The deputy commander urged the community to discharge their responsibility and contribute their part in exposing such criminals who illegally transport weapons. It is to be recalled that Oneg Sheni and TPLF have been designated as a terrorist group by the House of People's Representatives.
Professor Fissa Zihon demanded Tigrayans to stand against the terrorist TPLF, whose leaders' families are leading luxury life abroad while the people are paying unjust scarification. Balat Atarek tells us more.
The conflict waged by the terrorist group of Tigray People Liberation Front TPLF against people of Amhara has accounted a couple of months. In the war, civilians have been killed, injured and internally displaced in North Wolo zone of Amhara National Regional State. Professor Fissa Zihon, who has served his country for many years in different positions, said to Amhara Media Corporation that civilians are losing their life in both sides. Children of needy people who are under 18 are being forced to join war by the TPLF group, and families of people who are instigating war, leading their luxury life abroad. Therefore, the people of Tigray have to see this issue critically and condemn the devil activities of TPLF.
Now there is a blame game. Truth has become the major casualty of this problem because nobody knows the truth. The people are confused now. The Constitution does provide the government should operate in a very transparent way. Many people do not know what exactly is going on. The people who are waging war, whether on this side or on the other side, most of their children are outside the country. And yet they are instigating war, and it is the poor people who are dying. And this is tragedy. This is the most tragic thing.
According to Professor Fissa, peace and security is a landmark for every development and secure life. The problem posed on Amhara people by TPLF should be the pain of all Ethiopians living inside and outside the country, and have to take part to resolve the problem by any means what they can.
Why shouldn't we have elders, genuine Ethiopians, educated people, scholars, eminent persons, religious leaders, even young people? Why are the people indifferent? Look, while tragic war is happening in the north, people are enjoying themselves in Addis, as if there is no war, or as if there is no poverty in the country. This is tragic as far as I am concerned. Where is the caring? Where is the unity? There is only confusion and crisis. And the crisis is multidimensional. Look, there is tremendous economic crisis. There is a lot of unemployment. Added to the economic crisis that we have, waging war is insanity as far as I am concerned.
According to Professor Fissa, most Western countries never want to hear good news about Ethiopia, and that's why they are striving to execute their hidden agenda in the name of humanitarian aid.
I always ask myself, who are the most reliable friends of Ethiopia? If you look at the Americans, they keep on changing depending on where the interests lie. To me, the Russians are one of the reliable and dependable friends. Even since Menelik. During Menelik, during the war, they have supported. In our struggle against Somalia, basically the Russians came to our rescue. The Cubans, the Yemenis have also helped us. So Ethiopians must understand, including the foreign ministry, must have a good understanding who are the reliable and dependable friends of Ethiopia and Ethiopian people. It's not only the friends of the government in power. No, it is who promote the basic interests of the Ethiopian people and the future generation.
Findings revealed that the Ethiopian Health Extension Program has proved more effective in terms of achieving the respective desired goals than the Optimizing Health Extension Program intervention introduced from 2016 to 2019 in the selected waradas. Iyayu Malasa has the details.
According to the findings based on research carried out in 56 waradas of Amhara, Oromia, SNNP and Tigray regional states, the OHP was not successful during its intervention in attaining the collaborative efforts of increasing utilization of child health services, capacity building of health extension workers, and enhancement of district health administration ownership and accountability of child health service. The DAGO project presented yesterday over 20 researches that evaluate the health extension program, which has been implemented since 2010, and the Optimizing Health Extension Program, OHP, which was introduced from 2016-2019. The findings state that the optimization of the OHP, which included training, supportive supervision, and performance reviews of health extension workers, did not improve the classification of childhood illnesses. With regard to mothers and health extension workers' perception of care, The findings show that health extension workers visited homes of mothers for preventive services, but not to manage childhood illnesses. It was pointed out that primary health care providers refer less than half of the severely ill children that require referral health centers and hospitals. The findings concluded that the OHP intervention did not bring significant difference with much financial and human resource during its intervention periods than the existing health extension program. Therefore, the researchers suggested that the existing health extension program continue rather than introducing OHP, which costs additional financial and human resources.
The United Arab Emirates donated 50 ambulances to support Ethiopia's health sector. Health Minister Dr. Lia Tadesse received the donation from UAE Ambassador Mohammed Salim Al-Rashidi. Dr. Lia noted this donation comes at a very critical time where we need to strengthen our emergency services and contribute to saving lives. She added that the donation demonstrates the strong partnership between Ethiopia and the United Arab Emirates. UAE Ambassador to Ethiopia, Mohammed Salim Al-Rashidi, said on his part that the donation will support the healthcare and hospital services in Ethiopia. Ugandan journalist Kungu Al-Mahdi Adam wrote that TPLF is starving Tigrayans by rejecting ceasefire, blocking humanitarian aid, and stealing farmers' food. Yayu Melese reports.
A Ugandan journalist revealed that the TPLF terrorists have decided to deliberately starve millions of Ethiopians living in Tigray, and they continue being adamant on calls to restore peace for their selfish interests. The journalist wrote in an article that thousands have since succumbed to anger and hundreds of thousands are relentlessly pleading to the terrorists to stop the fighting, killing of innocent civilians, raping girls and women, but most importantly not interrupting the flow of humanitarian support into the northern region. He added that the terrorist group and its allies in the media are now all over social media and other online platforms acting victim to crimes they themselves are either committing or aiding to commit on the innocent people of Ethiopia. However, the journalist further stated that the narrative that Ethiopian government is starving its own people lacks basis of truth. It is false propaganda aimed at soiling the legitimate government. The journalist revealed that the TPLF and its allies openly rejected the unilateral ceasefire announced by federal government in June, and instead opted to fight on as they killed the people, rape women and girls, starve innocent Ethiopians in the area, displayed them as well as use children in battlefield. He argued for the claim that the same government that at will rooted for a stop of hostilities to allow farming activities and access of humanitarian support in the area is starving its own people is illogical, untrue and an act of self-seeking. He wondered why TPLF rejected the ceasefire if it wanted Tigrayan to get out of the current situation and why it extends the war to Amhara and Afar regions. He also argued that the government would not call for a ceasefire if it doesn't want to starve Tigrayans. Despite the risk involved, he indicated that the Ethiopian government reduced roadblocks on the road to Tigray from 7 to only 2 with an aim of quick movement of trucks carrying humanitarian aid. He stated that the government of Ethiopia has been supplying some food items to the affected people in Tigray since the outbreak of the conflict despite the challenges put by the terrorist group. The journalist questioned the pro-TPLF to answer if it is the Ethiopian government that confiscated the more than 500 humanitarian aid trucks that entered Tigray and never returned to fetch more support for the starving people. He wrote that it is known that TPLF is working hard to deny the starving people aid in order to blame the federal government with an aim of attracting international sympathy. He mentioned the fact that farmers is not only Tigray but also in parts of Amhara and Afar regions where the terrorists are occupying, narrate horrible stories of how their ready harvest is stolen by TPLF and that the terrorists do consume the stockpiled food. The same group has not spread food aid warehouses and forcibly taking the distributed assistance from recipients, which could not be the federal government that is reluctant. The journalist revealed that the federal government has a constitutional mandate of protecting all the citizens of Ethiopia, including those in Tigray. It has a responsibility of ensuring respect of human rights of all Ethiopians, and its involvement in Tigray is purely on those grounds. He stated that TPLF must admit that Ethiopians want a chance to move forward. It had its 27 years and the people are not willing to return to the widespread political repressions, economic as well as social marginalizations witnessed during their rule. He further pointed out that after 27 years of its dominance in the nation, TPLF insists Ethiopia will fall apart if they do not lead it. The journalist stated that Ethiopians are united in saying it is an ancient and historical country never colonized and should not be disintegrated by TPLF rebel motives. And he added that TPLF ought to desist from committing war crimes on the innocent people of Ethiopia as well as destroying the country, but instead work with the legitimate government towards building Ethiopia together.
You're watching Amhara Media Corporation, Amhara TV News, and now let's take a look at the foreign exchange rate and Karat rate. That's all we have for now. I am Gaila Damu. Thanks for watching and stay tuned with the rest of our programs.